Welcome to the 290 Mo podcast. I appreciate your time. If you could, introduce yourself for my viewers and listeners.
My name is ZayKyro. I'm an artist from Chicago, Illinois. I'm signed to a label called Nuovo, based out of Los Angeles, California.
That's what it is. That's
Yeah.
that sign swag.
Yes, sir. And I'm 6'6" and wish I played basketball in high school.
Hey, you still can, man. What you about 18, brother? You still got
I'm
plenty
23.
time.
It's over with. That's raps. That's not happening anymore.
Oh, hey, man. But at least you talented in music, man.
Yeah, that's something.
We're going to get into all of that, man. So, I don't know how familiar you are with my work, but I like to get as much as the full story as I can in this little amount of time. So, we're going to get in your business a little bit, and we're going to start from the top, man. You mentioned the rack, man. Where you from? Where you grew up, man?
Grew up in Humble Parks. I'm from the west side of Chicago. West side, best side. You know what I mean?
You know that?
You know that.
Yeah.
I moved to Beverly, which is southwest suburbs.
Me too.
You moved to Beverly?
Yeah.
Yeah, Beverly's nice as Beverly's.
When
nice
my
as
mom
fuck.
moved to Beverly,
Yeah?
she stayed right on 99th and Beverly.
Oh, she's right by. Yeah.
Right on top of the beauty salon.
Yep. Yeah, I know exactly
Next
where
to
that's
the
at.
church right
Yeah. That's by the church, like the Vatican Church,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, I know exactly where that's at.
She was right there for a good little minute.
Yeah, it's a really nice area
I
too.
tried to stay out there. I was going to Harlan my freshman year, but I got jumped by the GDs because I was a stone, and that's
Yep.
like it don't mix.
Nope.
That's like a West Side gang,
Yep.
and I was outside and I
Yep.
got beat up. I didn't make it to homecoming, boy. They beat the shit out of me, bro.
See, that was the one thing that I will say was tough because I grew up like a lot of my family members. I'm not affiliated,
Mhm.
so whoever sees this, don't come after me.
Mhm.
But my family is a lot of my family is associated with the Latin Kings.
Mhm.
So I'm from Humble Park. I'm Puerto Rican.
Mhm.
So when I got out to the South Side, even though I knew I was in the safe spot, I was like, I'm gonna just shut the fuck up about where I'm from, and
I should have did
say shit. I'm gonna just shut up and I'm gonna just not
Yeah.
say shit. But after Beverly, I moved to LA for college for a couple of years,
So,
and that's kind of where my career got started. And then I moved back to
Mhm.
Chicago because who the fuck wants to pay $3,000 for an 100 square foot apartment? You know what I mean?
man. So I went to a guy's, like, I guess you call it a condo or something. It was downtown Chicago, up north somewhere. It was a studio. He's paying like $2,000 a month, but it's nice as
Yeah, and I bet it has a lot of amenities
it's
too.
right. He got like a
Yeah.
golf course thing.
Yeah,
like,
yup.
People hanging out like in a
Inside
lounge
basketball
area
court
and shit.
Yeah.
I was like, I ain't have kids and shit now, but as a single like young man, I don't know shit. I was in the studio on the South Side shit, so I'll take a studio. But $5,000, that's the kicker.
Yeah, that's
You
the
know?
kicker, man. I don't care how much money I'm making, bro. I don't give a fuck, bro.
That's the kicker.
That's way too much fucking money for me, man.
Sure. So let's talk about your aspirations early. You know what I'm saying? What did you inspire to do early? It was always music, and we kind of joked about the sports. You know what I'm saying? What did you inspire to be early?
I mean, it's always been music. Since I was a little kid, I started out as a child performer. When I was 6, I was performing Christmas carols on national television with my school. And then I kind of just like, from there, I went into
What you
ghostwriting.
was in high school musical? What kind of school was that?
I went to the school called Skinner West,
Uh-huh.
and my music teacher, Miss Matuk, if she ever sees this,
Mhm.
is the main reason why I got into music. You know, she helped me grow and understand like how to write, how to read music, which is fucking impossible. Like, I don't know if you've ever taken a look at a sheet of music.
Yeah, it's
That
like
shit took
reading another language.
It's fucking,
I don't even think. Yeah, that shit tough. I don't
fucking
even
ridiculous.
can't comprehend it.
Like, the fact that I understand how to do that now is surprising
Yeah.
because that
Like
shit
the
was
Matrix.
a lot. It's a fucking Matrix. Like, that's like I'm reading like fucking binary code or some shit. Like,
Like
what
you're
the
making
hell?
it up, you know?
Yeah.
Not reading anything, sir. No,
But that's kind of like, it's always been a passion for me. Like, I mean, I played sports here and there. I was on the debate team in high school. But for me, it's always been music. From, recording, I try producing. It's too much work. Shout out to all the producers out there because y'all put in too much work. I can't do it. I can't do it. Bro.
Sure.
And then,
For real.
yeah, it's just been music my entire life.
Now, you know what I'm saying? Early, what were you listening to early? What were you listening to? What were you a fan of? What was being played in the house? You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Early, and we'll get to, you know what I'm saying, how it evolved later on and how we'll get to today.
I'm about to get flamed. I know your comment section.
Hey,
me.
man, I got some shit in my closet, man. I don't know, Joe.
So in my house, it was a lot of house music. My dad was obsessed with house music, but it was also a lot of like bachata and like banda music because my mom is from Puerto Rico. So I grew up listening to a lot of that in the house. Also a lot of Sade, a lot of Seal, a lot of like low tempo music. But then as I got into elementary school,
You know what? I'm finna Seal's the black guy that look like a seal.
yeah, the bald black dude.
I'm finna play a Seal song tonight. I've never heard of Seal.
You never heard of Seal?
I just always seen that he looked like a seal, and I never know what he did.
Listen to Prayer for the Dying. Like, for some reason, that song,
Like, what kind of music does he make?
it's like, man, that's like pop. It's like if pop
He
R&B.
sings?
Yeah, he sings.
Damn,
He's a singer.
He was just like
He's
somebody.
He's a British singer.
He
He's a
was
British
just like
dude.
somebody's husband or something. Like
He does look like somebody, like a famous person's husband, don't he?
It's a red
Yeah.
dude that look like a seal, so they call him Seal. Bro, I didn't know that. I'm sure.
Nah, he's a singer.
I'm gonna go on YouTube and play whatever got the most views on the video, and I'm gonna watch.
Probably Kissed by a Rose or Prayer for the Dying.
Check it out.
Yeah, his music's really good.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I listened to in the house. And then in elementary school, man, that's when the white music took over for a second, man. I was listening to Katy Perry, One Direction. I was listening to Justin Bieber when it was gay to listen to Justin Bieber. Like, you know, I was listening to all that kind of stuff. But I honestly
didn't say my group.
You said what?
You ain't even say my group.
What's your
They
group?
still my group. Panic at the Disco.
Panic at the Disco. Oh man, Brandon Urie. Oh my God.
Sister got me hooked on that shit.
My little brother is a Panic at the
me
Disco
hooked on
fiend,
that
man. Like, I can't lie. I didn't listen to them a lot, but they're really good though.
Yeah, for sure.
They are really
Yeah,
good.
I fuck with
That's a sleeper pick. That's a sleeper pick
Yeah,
for the white folks for sure.
For sure. All right. Yeah. I'm in a crowd full of white people. All right.
Yeah, exactly. You get to, shit.
But no, man, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. So, you know what I'm saying? Growing up, what was like the family dynamic? Like, was it just you, mom, and dad, if you don't mind me asking? Was it like a house full of kids? What was it like, the family dynamic coming up?
So I will say I was blessed. I'm blessed to live in a 2-parent household. My parents have been married for the last like 22, 23 years, I want to say. And for that for the entirety of that, I always like saw like what I wanted love to look like. Because my parents, they're like the perfect couple.
That's how you supposed to do it,
Yeah.
bro.
I'm the middle child, so I have an older brother. I have a younger brother. Growing up, we were kind of like nomads for a while. Like, we lived all over Chicago. I've lived over east in Tarrytown. I've lived downtown by the Gold Coast for a brief second. Then I lived in Humboldt Park, where I was living with my grandparents. Now I live in Beverly. So it was always myself, my 2 brothers, my mom and my dad, and my dog and my cat.
Now, if you don't mind me asking, why was I always on the move so much?
Man, you know, this economy fucking sucks.
For sure.
And if you're not making like 500 grand each with 3 kids,
Yeah, for sure.
you're fucked.
Yeah, that's what I tell people. Yeah, it's the 290 Wool podcast because this is where I'm from. Where I spend the most time. But I've been everywhere. I've been south suburbs, south side of Chicago. I had a studio on 63rd and Whipple. I've been there, except for I never been on the east side and north side though.
North side is cool.
But I've been all over west and south though. I've been all west and south.
I've rarely been like, I don't really go on the east side that much anymore. I mean, aside from like Hyde Park, if you want to call Hyde Park the east side, but it's not really. Hyde Park feels like its own little area. You know what I mean?
Great on
Like,
the rest of that shit.
yeah, exactly.
We do a show at shout out to Urban Lux. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with them heavy, but they trenches over east.
Yeah, I can't put myself in that position. And I can't even do it.
Now, bro.
Won't even fake it. Can't even do it.
Hey, you a smart man. You know what I'm saying? But, I done been through some shit, man. So I'll be halfway cool. But, you know what I'm saying?
I feel that.
What about, you know what I'm saying? What about coming up? Did you start to think that you was going to be creating, you know what I'm saying? Or did you start creating? Do you remember the first instance when you started creating?
Yeah, first of all, I'm obsessed with attention. Attention always has to be on me. And anybody that knows me will tell you that.
That's good. I talk to a lot of artists that be like shy and like introverted start.
No, I want the attention to be on me at all times.
I wasn't expecting that.
But that plus, I've been writing music since I was a little kid. I wrote my first song when I was 7.
About what? What the fuck is you writing about at 7, bro?
I mean,
you ain't got no you ain't got no bills, you ain't got no girlfriend. What the? I was playing.
I was just like would hear like what they talk about like on the
for
radio, and as someone who grew up listening to pop music, I would try to implement that and try to like replicate that. So if I hear Seal looking ass talking about, you know what I'm saying, like heartbreak, I would try to take a spin on that. I think the first song that I ever recorded, I was around like 12 years old, and it was in my friend's dad's basement. I know that sounds weird, but I swear to God, it's not. He was an A&R for Sony, and I used to work with him all the time, and he took me to like 35th Street Studios. I got to meet like Usher and Justin Bieber through him, like a lot of people that I looked up to growing up. Maybe not Usher anymore because of the shit that you know, but
Justin might be there too.
Justin might be too, but that's not for me to say. I know some things, but I can't. I got some NDAs. I can't speak on certain things.
I don't know nothing about nothing. I ain't seen nothing. I ain't heard nothing.
My girl always says that I don't know nothing about nothing.
I wouldn't even know. Matter of fact,
I don't even know who they are.
I don't know who that is. That picture of me. I don't know.
I have no idea. That wasn't me. Shit.
For sure.
I was at home.
Yeah. Now, you know what I'm saying? Also doing music, you know what I'm saying? A lot of parents, you know what I'm saying, like you kind of talked about before the camera, like making up your nails and like pops go crazy, you know what I'm saying? Some parents go crazy when they find out their kids is doing music, you know what I'm saying? So what was your parents' response to finding out, you know what I'm saying, you in your friend's dad's basement? Pause. No, for real. In your friend's dad's basement making music, you know what I'm saying?
So at the time, I mean, like when I was younger, like they, you know, like my parents and this kid that I grew up with, his parents, his name was Henry. Like my parents and their parents are super close. Like if anything ever happened to my parents, I would be there. They were like godmother, godfather type of thing. They thought it was cute. They thought, oh, like, you know, he likes making music, whatever. It wasn't until I graduated high school, because I graduated high school when I was 16. And my my parents thought I was just gonna shoot off straight to college.
Me too. Shit, the fuck.
I was not shooting. I took a gap year.
What you gonna do?
I took a gap year. I don't want to be in college at 16. What college girls are gonna fuck with me?
But what you gonna do at 16 without no school? You can't drink. You can't.
I'm gonna start trying my passion and start taking music seriously.
Oh, true.
And that's what I did. And my dad, he was in support of it. My mom, my Puerto Rican mother. Oh my God, she was like, I know the fuck you're not about to waste the rest of your like life away. Because I think what she thought, was that I was gonna like go out and try to be like a SoundCloud rapper and like, you know, try to be on like some out west or like out south shit and just be posted up with a bunch of guns and a camera and shit, which I don't do. Like I don't do that shit. Like even though I grew up in like those environments, I pride myself on just like not like trying to portray that as much, because I've seen a lot of people that have gotten killed that way. You know what I'm saying? Like I could be on camera rapping about what I've seen out west. I could be on camera rapping about who I don't like out south, or vice versa, and throwing up gang signs and shit. And then the next thing you know, you posting this interview 2 days later, you posting a picture with me on a t-shirt. You know what I mean? So like,
I'm like, I got the last footage of Zay.
Exactly right. And now your channel going up to like 5,000 followers. Exactly. And that's how the industry is too, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But I wanted to make like personable music. Like I wanted to make music where people like, you could either bump your head to it, but at the same time, you could cruise down Lakeshore Drive, shed a tear, and be like, fuck, let me turn on that ZayKyro. He's talking about heartbreak. He's talking about depression. He's talking about drug abuse issues, because unfortunately, I've dealt with that. You know what I'm saying? He's talking about people he's lost. I've been to more funerals than years I've been alive, and it fucking sucks. And most people, they'll hear my voice and they're like, nah, this nigga, he ain't no way. Nah, it's really not sweet. Shit's really not sweet, unfortunately.
Only if you're not like direct family, I don't even go to funerals no more.
Bro, same. Sure. The last time I went to a funeral was for my ex-girlfriend a couple years ago, because she, man, I appreciate that. Like she went to a party and then she left, and you know, bullets, they have no name. Someone was looking for somebody else and shot a gun and it clipped her in the head, and that was that. Like I was doing a show at U of I when I got the phone call, and I was just like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, it was like, I literally wanted to cancel my show. I went into the guest room crying. I was just like, bro. And it was a year where I had already lost like 3 or 4 people. So it was just like the straw that broke the camel's back for me.
That's crazy. So before we, man,
long live Megan.
Before, I don't even want to move on, you know what I'm saying, without, you know what I'm saying, giving that its proper respect, you know what I'm saying? How do you heal, you know what I'm saying? How did you heal from something like that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know,
like in the movies, people will go through something like that and they're like, man, fuck music. I'm never picking up a mic again. You know what I'm saying? How did you move on?
See, me, I am a dramatic person. While I will say some bullshit like that. And this dude over here, this dude Post God, I've said that to him like 5 different times. I'm like, oh, bro, like, I don't want. He's like, bro, shut the fuck up. We on. Like, let's keep going. You know what I mean? But at the time, like, you know, I fuck with you, so I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna be Hollywood. I'm gonna be very honest. I still haven't fully healed from it.
For sure.
I've kind of just like, you know, I compartmentalized it. I'm pretty sure I botched the pronunciation on that word, and then I just moved on. And just like, I like to dive into my work to distract myself. So if I'm going through it, I'll give myself a couple days to break down and grieve. Doesn't mean I'm gonna heal right away, but I'll just give myself those few days to just fall apart. Cry, have that mental breakdown, you know, sit in my room, feeling dusty, stanky, whatever, and then I'll get back up, do some push-ups, sit-ups, whatever the fuck, get back on my feet and just keep it going. Because realistically, I mean, no one, like, this world's not gonna stop. Cause
You can't, right?
Yeah, exactly.
If it stop, bro, we're gonna be out here fucked up.
Exactly.
But what I want to know, man, before we move any further, man, I want to know about the name ZayKyro, man. Well, how you come up? Let me guess before you tell me. Zay is part of your given name. Hold on, and then Kyro is you fuck with, like, you know what I'm saying, the Egyptian shit. Like,
yo, that's actually really close. I can't lie. That's actually
okay.
That's actually kind of close.
Break it down for me.
So before I get into the names ZayKyro, I gotta start off with my first artist name.
Oh yeah, that's one of the questions I'll be asking.
Yeah,
because artists be having names.
Yeah, my first artist name was Huncho Zay. That was
Huncho
my first
Zay.
ever name. And I had a little tag that went with it, right? Like on
Huncho Zay not bad. It's Huncho
not.
now. It's
But
Huncho.
that's the thing. Like, there's so many Hunchos and there's so many Zays.
Yeah.
It's such a Chicago ass like rap name.
I'm just now hearing the Huncho though. The Huncho.
Like, I think there was like C. Huncho was the only Huncho that I really knew, like, could like.
And I heard of him from who he was dating, not from music.
Exactly, and I don't even remember who the fuck he was dating.
I think
like,
it was
no diss to C. Huncho or nothing like that. That just wasn't the kind of music that I listened to.
Yeah, for sure.
But Zay is a part of my first name, which I don't give out my first name a lot.
For sure.
But it is part of my first name.
Mm-hmm.
It's also my nickname. Like, a lot of people couldn't pronounce my name a lot, so they would just call me Zay. Kyro is Egyptian for the victorious one. So you hit the nail on the head with that one. That was really fucking impressive. That was like some third eye shit.
For sure.
And the story behind how I came up with the name was I was starting to get sick and tired of the Huncho Zay name. I was starting to transition a little bit out of traditional rap, right? So this was actually the same weekend that my ex-girlfriend passed away, and I'm out in Champaign, Urbana Champaign at U of I with two of my artist friends, Vela Villain and Credit, who kind of like helped put me on for my solo career. And we're the entire weekend, I'm like, dude, I want to change my name. Like, I want a fresh start, you know? I want to represent something different. We were coming up with different names. I think we talked about like Apex Kid. We talked about Kid Kyro. And then once I said Kyro, I was like,
glad you didn't pick Apex Kid.
Yeah, me too, bro. That was like, bro, if I would have picked, if I would have picked Apex Kid, man, oh my God, I'd be getting clowned.
Yeah,
I'd be clowning myself. God damn, I know I watch too much anime.
I got guys that love Apex, but no.
That's like some anime shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, sounds like a.
My guys, it's like a free to play online gun game that they play.
It's like Fortnite a little bit.
Yeah,
Fortnite, like PUBG.
Yeah.
Apex Legends is fucking hard.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But my guys play that shit.
I'll play it and I'll just shoot and not aim. And
I don't play no free to play game. It's just too hard. Too many sweaties.
Fortnite's fun.
Too many sweaties. As soon as I get in the game, I'm dead.
You just gotta re-up.
I play long story, like I'm playing Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Oh, Assassin's Creed is my shit.
I play long games for 2-3 months at a time, bro.
But yeah, that's kind of where the name came from, you know. Like, Zay is kind of like my nickname. With all the stuff I've gone through at a young age, like, I feel like I've emerged victorious, you know. And Kyro is, you know, a stamp on that. For me, Kyro also is like an acronym. Know yourself, remain original. You know, because in this industry, you have to know who you are. And you can try to copy other people, but if you don't remain original to yourself, you're going to be lost. And that's just the reality of the situation. So that's kind of how the ZayKyro name came from. For
sure. That's dope. Now, let's talk about you some more before we move on, man. Let's talk about your creative process. Like you talked about early on, always creating music and writing music, you know what I'm saying? So now, after been doing it for so long, even though that you're still young, how do you put that shit together now? Are you writing? Are you freestyling? You punching in and out? How do you put that together now?
I write 24/7. I write when I can't sleep. I write when I'm bored. If I can't go hit up my girl, I write. Like, any instance where I have any free time, I'm in my room writing and like just like trying out different flows and everything. I do freestyle. I can freestyle. I'm very good at freestyling. But I feel like when I write, it's just more like the lyrics are more personable. You know what I mean? Like, I can envision something that I know people will relate to. And sometimes when I write music, I'll write a line and I'll be like, damn, that shit is hard. And then it motivates me to keep on writing. So like in like a day, I'll write like maybe 10 songs, and like they might not all be really, really good, but a decent 3 to 5 out of the 10 will definitely be pretty good.
Now, also talking about your creative process, you know what I'm saying? You mentioned being signed and you can kind of elaborate on that. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
when you're working with the producer and the engineers, how close is that relationship? Do you just come in and lay your tracks and lay your bars down and get up out of there, or are you over his shoulder telling him to cut that, mix that, or do you just do your job and go?
It's kind of a mix of like all the above. I'm somebody who I can't work with multiple people because I'll be very honest with you. In the studio, I'm a fucking diva. Like I'll just be so frank. Like I need things to be 1,000% perfect the way that I need them to be. But at the same time, I like joking around, cracking jokes. Just talking shit. I go to the studio with Postcard all the time, and let me tell you, the jokes that we say in there, I cannot repeat because our careers will be over.
For sure.
But he knows. You know, bro. But like I like to form a strong bond with the people I work with because I like to treat the people I work with not as like people who work for me, but more as like my family. You know what I mean? So with my engineer, we have to be on the same page. I work very fast. I can get a song done in 20 to 30 minutes. Let's get the layers done. Let's make sure that the pitch correction's right. Let's make sure that all the presets are in the right spot. Let's make sure that the lyrics are set up the way that they're supposed to be. If there's anything that needs to be fixed, let's go through that. We want to change anything in the beat. All that needs to be done in 30 minutes tops. Because if I'm booking a 5-hour session and I'm spending $300, I want to get 10 songs done. If it's a 2-hour session, I want to double the amount of time, the amount based on how much time I'm going to be there. So, I wouldn't necessarily say that I'm like standing over like a producer because I feel like if I have to do that, I shouldn't be working with you in the first place. Because if I have to stand over you for you to get your job done, then you're just not fucking professional.
We ain't never gonna work together.
Exactly. That's my no. But you're right though. But you're right though. That's the thing. If I have to stand over you and micromanage you as a grown ass fucking man or woman, I'm never working with you ever again.
And if this is supposed to be your job, bro, I'm sure.
Exactly. Like this is your fucking
stand over the chef at the restaurant,
right, bro? Like I'm not going to the kitchen like, yeah, make my burger like that. I want a little more caviar. Like,
no, what the fuck? Meat still pink in the middle, bro.
Right, bro. Although I do like. I'm gonna say this in a way that does not sound sus. I do like my steaks medium rare. I almost said something else.
I like my shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? I just had to accept it because growing up in the black household and the black community, you just
all the way through.
You right. Your taught is burnt in your head.
Yeah.
Well done with everything. How you want your burger? Well, how you want your French fry? Everything.
Bro,
done.
First of all, well done French fries is fucking crazy.
Well done on everything. Well done. Chicken fried hard. That's just how black people live.
So as a server, because I serve and bartend, whenever I have black guys come into the restaurant, no racial, right? Whenever they come into the restaurant, I'll be so for real with you. 9 times out of 10, they order their steaks well done, and I tell them, I'm like, look. I get it. I grew up in a black household too. I understand that's what you were taught. But let me switch your direction to medium rare or even just medium. So it's not so tough to chew. You want it, char grilled in the center so it has that kind of like, that little overglaze. It gives that little like well done taste. Okay, we can do that. But well done steak, if you're going out for a $100 well done steak, buy that shit at home and cook it at home. What the fuck? You know what I mean? Can't do it.
Yeah, man. I can't. And I always knew that's how I liked my steak in my head because I watched The Matrix is one of my favorite movies. And it's a scene when he like eating a steak. I'm like, that shit look fire. And it was like pink and red in the middle. I like every time I see that scene, I'm like, that shit look delicious.
I don't know about red. But pink, yeah.
According to black folk, you know what I'm
saying? Yeah, for sure.
What it's supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? On shorty. So now when I get like medium well, I'm sure I get it like right there, I suppose that should be delicious.
Good as fuck.
So
yeah, like you were saying though, like I don't like, when I'm in the studio, like I like to crack jokes, but once it's time to work, it's time to work. If I have my friends there, I'm very, very rude to my friends if they're talking while I'm in the studio. I will leave. I will tell you to shut the fuck up. I do not care.
Give me your studio etiquette. Everybody's is different. What's your studio? What's proper studio etiquette with ZayKyro?
If I'm in the booth, shut the fuck up.
Damn.
That's it. That's all. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't care who you are. Like, if I'm in the booth, you either shut the fuck up, you can go hang out in the lounge. Like, I don't like you talking to my engineer. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that is how I am because this shit to me, I've been doing this since I was 6 years old. So this is damn near year 18 for me because I'm about to be 24.
For sure.
And I take this very seriously. I take this as seriously as I took school and as seriously as I took my job. Do I enjoy what I do? Absolutely. Am I here to have fun? No. I'm here to build a career. If y'all want to have fun and joke around, do that on your own time. I'm here to get to work because I have a goal in mind. That's why I like working with this dude. That's why I like working with him because he's the same way. If he might not say it as mean as I will, but I know when he's in the booth, and people are talking like, bro, y'all got to shut the fuck up, bro. This nigga's paying for studio time. I'm paying for studio time. Y'all are just here to kick it. Like the one thing with my friend Heather right here, like I've been bringing her to the studio since I was 17, and she never yaps, and she likes to yap, bro. She never yaps because she knows the second I get in there, I'm gonna snap. I've snapped on like my closest friends. I've literally got into a fight with my older brother in the studio because he wouldn't shut up, and I kicked him out. Like my studio etiquette is, if you are not an artist that I'm working with, if you're not the engineer, if you're not my photographer or videographer, and if you're definitely not me, be quiet and let me work. That might sound a little egotistical, but that's just how I'm wired. I swear I'm not an asshole. I am a really nice person, I promise. Unless we're in the studio and you're talking.
No, I mean, you didn't even have to let anybody in there in the first place. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So why do you even let people in there in the first place when it's, you know what I'm saying, when it's a possibility I can get kicked out this motherfucker tonight?
That's a good question. I mean, I think it just really boils down to ego. I like people hearing my music and then being like, "Oh wow, this sounds really good," and I'm like, "Yeah, I know."
Is that always the response? Like,
yeah, I've never had someone in the studio tell me my music was bad ever.
Is there anybody around you that'd be like, not that it's bad, they'd be like, I think you should say ooh, or you say ah.
Yeah, there's people around me.
Is there certain people whose opinions matter and certain people who be like, all right, thanks.
I think that everyone's opinion matters, you know, like there's going to be some people who are just going to be like, oh, your music's flat out trash. And I'm like, all right, okay. You still gave me views though. So thanks.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Matter.
Exactly. Like all publicity is good publicity in my eyes. But at the same time, it's like if people are giving me notes like, yo, this is fire, but you should do this better. I'm not going to be like, bro, who the fuck are you? I'm going to be like, you know what? Like, let me see how that sounds. And if it sounds right, then yeah, I'm gonna try it. If it doesn't sound right, okay, well I tried it. You were wrong, but I still appreciate your input. Like I'm never gonna shoo away input, especially when somebody might know what they're saying or doing better than I do. I don't think I know everything. I'm 23. I don't know jack shit about nothing. I'm great at music.
Pram, take it slow, young boy.
I'm just trying to live. I'm just trying to take it one day at a time. You know,
take it slow.
Like I know I'm good. Like what I do. We could get into that if you want to, man. Because we could really get into that if you want to. Because I have no kids, but I've definitely had a couple scares.
Yeah. Well, hey, it's better than actually having them, man.
Yeah. Like I want kids. I love not at 23.
When my kids listen to this when they grow up, I love y'all.
He does love y'all. Just having kids at a young age, it's scary, man. Like I feel like at 23, you're an adult, but you're still a kid your damn self. You know. Facts. What the fuck am I gonna teach my kid at 23 years old?
Still living life, Joe. You don't need no, you know what I'm saying, having to pick somebody up at this time and you still, you know what I'm saying, you still chasing your dreams. Ain't nothing wrong with kids. I love them to death, but if you don't got no young brother, from advice with somebody that been there, I'm sure. And I think I was at your age when I had my first one, bro.
You heard it first on 290 Podcast. Wear a rubber. Wear a rubber.
2 of them, goddammit. No. But no, man. So another thing I want to ask you, man, with the type of studio etiquette, you know what I'm saying, that you require, how long you've been doing music, man. I want to know what it's like working with other artists. Is that something that you enjoy doing, something you rather not do? Do y'all gotta be locked in like you and bro, or you know what I'm saying, is it somebody
you know what I'm about to say?
If it ain't somebody that the label set up, you cool? So what's the vibes with working with other artists?
I hate working with other artists. I do.
First, that's a first.
I hate working with other artists, and I'm gonna tell you why. First of all, this dude right here, only artist I'll work with, like that I'm not charging. Straight up. I've been in the studio with him for so long over these last 8 months. Like, I want y'all to know, this is about me right now, but this Post God, y'all need to go check out Post God on Instagram. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Post God.
Like, I've been working with this dude for 8 months. Like, about 8 months, right? And the only thing that I did for him was just bring him to the studio. And this nigga within 8 months did more than I have done in 5 years in my solo career.
That's crazy.
That's why he's so that level of work ethic for me is required if I'm going to even work with you.
How the fuck y'all meet? What the fuck you get him on Temu or something? Bonjour.
One of my best friends, student named Cole Hillner, he introduced us to each other on his birthday, and he was Post Guy was playing like his music and whatnot, and I really fucked with it. I was like, dude, like, where are you recording this? He's like, Band Lab. I was like, fuck that, bro. Let's go to the studio.
Band Lab.
Yeah.
When every time, you know, I've been hearing some raw shit on Band Lab, bro. Like,
BandLab does have some decent stuff.
so an artist sent me a song. They like, yeah, I want to do the performance. They sent me. I'm like, send me the song. I'm listening. I'm like, yeah, where you record this at? They like on BandLab. I'm damn.
I will say though,
Shit better than me.
I will say that there is like a different level of professionalism that comes with like recording in a studio.
Yeah, for sure.
Or not BandLab.
Facts.
Like, don't get me wrong, I recorded on BandLab before too. I've done the phone recordings. I've done it with him. You know what I'm saying? But like, I prefer to record in a studio.
Yeah, for sure.
As far as it goes though, like with recording with other artists, like
It's like how you can make a video on your phone, but if you can have a DSLR or mirrorless,
exactly,
you know what I'm saying?
exactly. And him and I have done videos on the phone multiple times. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, back to like the whole artist thing. Like, I just like I don't like working with other people. I don't because I've done it in the past, and like my thing is, dude, I have a lot of expectations like for myself, and if I'm working with you, those expectations are going to be transferred onto you. And if it's not going the way that I want it, I'm not going to shy away from telling you, bro, this shit is fucking hot garbage. You know what I mean? So yeah, you heard it here first. I don't like working with other artists. It's not a thing I like to do at all. Like, not at all.
Okay.
Don't hit me up unless you have a bag.
Okay. Hey, so with that being said, with you having those kind of vibes, man, well, no, let me ask you this first. Give me your opinion on your peers in the music industry or in the industry that you're a part of. Like, not in the widespread, but like the artists you see, you know what I'm saying? And
Like in the underground?
in the studios, at the parties, at the shows, you know what I'm saying? What's your opinion on your peers that's in the industry that you're a part of?
With the exception of Post God?
Yes, with the exception of anybody in your circle.
Okay. Trash. Unless you're DC the Don.
Elaborate. ZayKyro, you up here taking a lot of takes people ain't never took, and I done had some people that said a lot of people they get real PC when them questions come out, man.
So you know how it goes back to like the whole acronym thing, like know yourself, remain original. There are so many people that are just trying to sound the same. Like, they want to sound like how Cardi sounds. They want to sound like how Yeet sounds. They want to sound like how Sofago sounds, how Trippie Redd sounds, how The Weeknd sounds, how Kanye sounds. Bro, sound like yourself. The underground scene right now is so oversaturated with artists who think that they're original. Motherfucker, no, you're not. Everything that you're doing has been done before. Same with me. I'm no exception to that. Right? My sound is inspired by other artists. But I'm not going to go out of my way to try and like carbon copy another artist, which unfortunately a lot of the underground scene is right now. Now, I will say in Chicago underground artists, they're original. I will say that. I have so much love for my city. For all the Chicago underground artists, I fuck with y'all because they're not trying to be Polo G. They're not trying to be Juice WRLD. They're not trying to be, somebody that they grew up seeing in Chicago. They're trying to be themselves. They're trying to take the experiences that they've had growing up and run with that. In my opinion, Chicago has the most enriched music history outside of, I guess, Nashville. But like outside of Chicago, it's trash. I know it's a hot take. There's only one artist in the underground that I really fuck with, and his name is DC the Don. Like, that's it. Like, DC the Don is my all-time favorite artist right there. But if you're not DC the Don and you're not from Chicago and you're not Post God, I probably won't give it a listen.
Damn, with that being said, what do you listen to? Besides DC the Don, Post God, and ZayKyro.
I was just about to say DC the Don again. I listen to a lot of I like a lot of pop still. Listen to a lot of EDM still. As far as rap goes, I know he's controversial and he's saying a lot of crazy stuff, but I do like Kanye's music.
What? Kanye the GOAT.
He's the GOAT. I don't stand for what he says.
Yeah, fuck what he
says. He needs to get back on medication.
You know what? One thing about people, everybody assholes, bro.
Everybody's assholes. I'm proving that right now.
I'm a fan of
that right now.
I'm a fan of the art. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Go home with this man. I don't have to.
You know what I mean? And I know people are like, oh, well, like he said this.
Pay for his music. I steal it off YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. If you want to punish him that way, I'm not giving him bread, but I definitely go steal his music on YouTube, download that shit to my phone.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's how I get back at him for being anti-Semitic. There you go, right there.
I used to buy every CD on bro.
Not no more.
The College Dropout was the first rap CD, the only rap CD.
That was the first rap
my mom ever bought me.
The first rap album,
Jesus Walk, dude.
The first rap album I've ever listened to was My Dark Beautiful Twisted Fantasy. That was the first
classic,
bro.
Classic.
Oh my god!
I bought the first 3 albums, like First Date, In Line, Leaving School Early to go to Best Buy to get the CD. I used to be like crazy.
Kanye was
the GOAT. He the GOAT.
Yeah, he is.
He made me like in the hood. love like music.
He's
like,
from the hood too. He's
outside-
from
right,
bro.
that's
He's
why-
damn near borderline from like
the
adjacent to
drums
Tarot
and the
Town.
horns and all.
Yeah.
Like, that's what made me like love that shit. Like, especially my Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Man.
Shit on there like just.
Can we get much higher? So high. Oh.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
But yeah, so Kanye, DC the Don. Hot take. I like Nutspend. He's an underground artist.
Yeah,
But
check him
his
out.
shit is actually kind of hard. Can't lie.
Mm.
I like there's this band called the Marias
Mm.
that my girl put me onto. They're
They
really
Mexican,
sick.
man.
Puerto Rican. So it's Puerto
I'm
Rican.
glad I wasn't like that one race. I thought you like no,
Nah,
bro. No, they're black.
No, they're like Asian. No. So it's like it's a Puerto Rican girl who's like the main singer, and then the lead on like guitar is from LA, which I think is kind of crazy because I'm Puerto Rican and I live in LA. And their music is also just very emotional, very very good. My girl, she put me on the Marias, fell in love with their music. Like it just helps me get through a lot of shit. So yeah,
For sure. Now let's get into your music, man. You said you've been through a lot, man, and if you don't mind, I want to kind of talk about that too as we talk about the music. You know what I'm saying? So if you could, if you had to describe your genre of music, what kind of music would you say you do?
That's a hard question. I mean, rap, indie, EDM, like I got all the flavors. I remember that's a lyric of one of my songs.
What are you doing on what are you doing on TuneCore and DistroKid? Because you only can pick like
I don't.
genres, you know?
I don't. So my music is
Right.
directly distributed through my
for
label.
sure.
But when I was using DistroKid, I mean, I was just putting pop because I feel like it like goes like to like a bigger genre. Like my main genre right now, like realistically, is rap. But over the last year and a half, a lot of my unreleased music has been like indie, like bedroom pop, like EDM, like hyper pop kind of stuff. But yeah, I'd say like rap, indie, EDM, R&B. You know what I'm saying? Like 80s like synthwave pop, like kind of like The Weeknd kind of, like that kind of stuff. I try to touch every bag. I've done like like rock songs.
Synthwave pop. Niggas
Synthwave
don't even know what synth
shit.
waves. Niggas don't even know what synths are, man.
Bro, if motherfuckers don't know what synths are, they should not like. You know what synths are, right?
I'm a YouTube freak, bro.
I know you know what synths are.
I know what
You grew up on YouTube University. You and I are both alums on that.
Yeah.
You and I are both alums on that.
I want to know what it is without YouTube though.
I mean, but that's fair though.
Yeah.
That's fair though. See, the thing I like about you is like you educate yourself about the culture.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Sure,
A lot of people that are in this industry, they don't do that. They just try to get on without knowing what the fuck.
You know
they're
what?
doing.
I like to learn.
Yeah,
I
bro.
like to learn. That's why I like to learn new things.
Me
Bro.
too.
I could just find a rabbit hole on YouTube talking about a CIA cover up and be
And
watching.
then you'll figure some shit out, and
I'll
you'll be able to
watch three more
apply that in
videos.
other
Be
situations.
watching that to 3 a.m. Bro. But
I like doing that too.
But yeah, I'm crazy, man. So yeah, man. I want to get to like a description because when I hear your music, man, coming from where I was ready for you to say that you wasn't from here. Like when I saw you perform the first time, you know what I'm saying? I was like, the shit is raw. I was expecting you to say like you was just coming, you was visiting from, you know what I'm saying, whatever the fuck you was from, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know you said like the underground scene is pretty original in Chicago, but I would say it's like an age limit to it because like the young brothers, they stuck in the lane right now.
Except for Baby Chief Do It. He's doing everything right.
Yeah, for sure. He's
Can't
doing
lie.
everything right.
Baby Chief Do It's doing
He
everything
doing
right.
it. I just seen it with
He's
my girl.
Killing it. He's killing it, man. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I don't even listen to that kind of music, but I
Yeah.
fuck with his shit. He's killing it, bro.
Yeah,
Fuck.
yeah. I played Snooze You Lose for like a month straight.
Hell yeah.
For sure. Yeah, man. So I fuck with the music, man. It's a vibe, man. So when you consciously putting your music together, you know what I'm saying? Do you gotta be in that mood, or is it just a vibe? Can you just get into that when it's time to make music, or do you have to actually be feeling what you're putting on paper?
I think it's a bit of both. Like I can get into it if I like, if I'm listening to the beat long enough, I can definitely get into it. But like if, for example, like if I got my heart broken, I'm probably gonna write about some heartbreak shit, tonight. Like if I got,
Said tonight.
well, not tonight, but like in general, if I like,
in
was
the
out,
morning.
right, not for real. If I was just out like, and I just spent like a band on like, nice clothes and shit, I'm probably gonna go home and talk about, like expensive clothes, fucking girls. Like I'm not gonna lie, I do that. Like it's easy to, people want to hear talking about, fucking girls,
23-year-old man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Man? Don't get me wrong. Again, I'm not a single man.
Right, yeah.
But
Yeah.
but at the same time, like obviously, like you said, 23, I'm young, like I have those thoughts, you know what I mean? Like I'm completely loyal, but like if I lied and said I had those didn't have those thoughts in certain situations and certain circumstances, be a I'd be fucking lying, like I just said. So yeah, I mean it's a mix of both. Like, it could be the vibe of the beat, and I've listened to it enough times. It could be like the mood that I'm in. It could be the setting, the environment that I'm in. It just really all depends.
Mm-hmm. Now, this is an interesting question I get to ask you because I have talked to several signed artists, but I haven't asked them this question. Now, when you're making the music, you know what I'm saying, being signed, you know what I'm saying, do you get to choose like the music that you want to make? Like,
Yeah.
do you be like, I want to make a song for the radio tonight. I want to make a song for the ladies. I want to make a song for them late night lakeshore drives. Or do the label be like, hey, we need this song. We need this song done tonight. Here, we got this beat. We need this done tonight.
Right.
Or do you pretty much get the vibe out whenever you?
So the one thing about my label that they do a lot better than every single other label out there is, one, they're an independent label.
Mhm.
So I don't have like quotas to meet, like as far as like if I was signed to like Republic. Let me not say Republic. As far as I was signed to like Interscope or something like that.
Bad Boy.
Right, yeah, exactly. No, not for real though. Not for real though. And like I have my own creative freedom that, and I get to like talk to them about like my agent KC Kyle Weirs.
Mm-hmm.
He's the head of my label. Like he's the CEO. My head of A&R is also one of the co-CEOs of Nuovo Entertainment. And when I bring them an idea, they're like, you should totally go for it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They obviously push me to push out as much content as possible. But I always try to they allow me to just be in my own lane and have my own creative freedom. And then they just trust that I am putting out good music, which I do.
Now let me ask you this, man, because another thing broke niggas love to say and love to talk about be, man, you sign a deal, man, then you ain't gonna own your masters, man. You sign a deal, man, you gonna sell out, man. You know what I'm saying? So what made you, you know what I'm saying, ultimately sign that deal? What made you, you know what I'm saying, comfortable with your situation and made you take that deal?
Well, for one, first of all, to address the broke niggas part, look, I can relate to that. I still kind of can. Okay.
For sure.
All the money I have for music I've made is in my savings account. None of that shit is in my.
But I just mean like motherfucker.
No.
I ain't signing no deal. Shut the fuck up.
Nah, for real. Like if you have the opportunity, damn well you fucking
first deal, motherfucker, bring me. It can be for 10,000.
I'm taking that shit. New car, new apartment. I'm out.
Oh, sure.
Nah, but it. So Kyle and I had talked about it like a little bit. Just to give you guys kind of like an idea of like what my deal is. So it's more of a distribution deal, right? So. I invest my music as well as a little bit of my money, and they invest sometimes double the amount of that into what I'm doing. So, for example, I have an EP coming out that I'm not going to give the date for because I haven't even announced it yet. Actually, I'll give the date for it. It's coming out on May 23rd. Madhouse on Madison.
Oh, that's tough. That's tough.
And, my label is putting their own budget behind it because they know that I, am a struggling college student who's just really good at making music, and they know that it is not as easy as people make it seem to fund your own career. So when I first signed the deal, I went over it with my parents. I mean, it's a one-page deal. It was really easy to read through. The other thing too is a lot of people are dumb.
That's
as
how
fuck.
my deals is. They one pages too.
This is one page.
Like one page.
One page. You go through it.
Mine 1 page, 4 lines though.
Got like 4 words in that bitch, and the rest is just spaces.
The rest is just write your name. Fucking.
It's just all in caps 6 of the last 3 lines.
Oh, sure.
But nah, it was just
90-10. Oh, sure.
Nah, I have an 85-15 right now. 85-15, 85 my way. So like I said, like that label, like my label, they are artists first, themselves second, which I love. And I'm not just saying that just to say it. Like if I was signed to a shitty deal, I would be roasting them. They are artists first, themselves second. And they put me in so many scenarios where I can make connections to other places. Like through my label, I got invited to the Grammys. I'm going to a red carpet event in New York. You know what I'm saying? It's the amount of I got invited to South by Southwest. Like they have done so much for me just off of pure love. And I'm realistically not putting that much in their pockets because they're investing themselves into me. Any label that you try to sign with, they're not going to be like that. Like my label is the best label on planet Earth over any major label. I will say that. So when I signed that deal after getting to know Kyle, I was like, oh, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. I trust this man. I feel like I could trust him with my life. I've literally cried to him about a breakup before like a week ago. Like you know, that's my guy, and those are my guys. So I trust them really quickly.
So I don't mean to stir up the waters or nothing, you know what I'm saying? And I definitely understand if you want to pass on this question, man. But have you thought about like what you gonna do or what's the move when bigger labels come calling or if a better situation comes calling? Like
Mhm.
what you have you even thought about that or is
I've
you
talked about it
or
with
is
them
you
too. I mean,
gonna build this up to whatever to one of those?
so the thing is, I'm gonna stay signed to Nuevo, and if I get a better deal with a bigger label, they have to sign. They can sign me, sure, but they still have to pay Nuevo. Like that's the thing. I would not be shit without them. Like realistically, like the way that I have rebounded my career in the last year would not be. I would not be possible
Mm-hmm.
without them.
Mm-hmm.
So any type of deal that I get, I don't give a fuck if it was $1 billion deal. They have to get a cut,
Mm-hmm.
like a 30% cut
Mm-hmm.
at least, because they have put me in such an amazing position.
30? Oh,
Man, dude, I'm telling you, like without them, I really would not be shit without
Tell
them.
you ain't got no kids.
Nah, seriously.
For sure, man. So I got a couple more questions. I'll let you get up out of here, man. Another thing I want to know, you know what I'm saying? I see the people you got in the room with you right now, man. But outside of them, I talk to a lot of artists who always tell me like their biggest supporters are people that they never met before in their life. You know what I'm saying? So outside of people in this room, what's your support system like when it comes to this music shit?
uh, mm, Definitely my girl. She's been supportive since day one of like meeting me and everything. She doesn't give a fuck about how many followers I have or whatever I'm doing. Like, and she's very straight up. So definitely my girl. Um, my inner circle just as a whole, like Post God, you know, my engineer Mafia Beats at Firehouse Studios, like even my friends that don't really do music, like Heather and Sarah, and like like they like I have a really good group of supporters when it comes to that. Outside of them, I mean, I definitely would say that I have a lot of supporters and like fans, that like for example, I posted about wanting to quit music after going through a breakup. Like I said, I get dramatic sometimes, and I had like 200 people like swipe up and were like, "Don't you dare!" Da da da. People I don't even fucking know, and it made me cry. I'm a fucking crybaby. Like it made me cry because I was like, I didn't really realize that I inspired that many people, or that people were listening to me like that. I thought that I was just doing this shit and making myself think that I look good. But the real reality is that there are a lot of people that are watching me, and I see the support from in and outside my circle, and it just makes me want to keep going. And honestly, and I'll say this with these two in the room, like if people in my inner circle aren't giving me the support that I need, then I have no problem cutting somebody off. Like it's just
Likewise,
the reality.
I actually enjoy it.
I do too. I do too. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Like when people act weird when it's like, bro,
Yeah.
you already,
What'd you do? And I'm like, bro, you ain't doing shit for me. The fuck am I gonna do kicking it with you?
like, bro, you don't follow me? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I did.
You
The
never
fuck?
like none of my shit.
Bro, like straight up, I'm not your fucking fan.
Oh, sure.
Like, bro, there's this girl that was friends with me through my friend Sarah that I just mentioned. I'm not even gonna say her name. But bro, she just like did a whole bunch of fuck shit, and I just unfollowed her. Cause the fuck, I've known you for like 2 months, shorty. What the fuck? I don't get no fuck.
And,
you know what I mean?
I usually don't even follow people until I meet them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
kinda
I
same
just
thing.
meet you on Instagram, like you want to come on a podcast, we just parlay, and then I'll wait because I unfollow people quick.
I unfollow people quick as fuck too. It's not that deep to me. Oh, you unfollow me back? Oh wow, okay. I guess that's gonna really fuck up the 11,000 followers I have. I don't care.
That's what I said. I ain't gonna block you. I don't care that much about you, but
Right.
I don't want to see your
I
shit.
don't want to see your shit in my feed.
I'm sure.
Thanks.
So, you know what I'm saying? Before you get up out of here, man, when doing music, you know what I'm saying, it's highly subjective, you know what I'm saying? So we are in the age of views and clicks and swipes, you know what I'm saying? So how important is the analytics to you, if at all? You know what I'm saying? Like you're getting ready to put this project out. Are you paying attention to where it's being streamed and who's streaming it and how many streams, and if it's females or males? Is that something that you care about?
Absolutely. I mean, at the end of the day, like any artist who tells you that, oh, like numbers don't matter is a fucking idiot. You're a fucking idiot, because realistically,
So you don't know how to count.
you don't know how to count. You're just a fucking moron, because if you don't think analytics matter, then what the fuck are you doing this shit for? Numbers right now in 2025 matter. If you look at it on paper, The talent is 10% of like what actually matters when it comes to getting either whether you want
Heard that
like a
before.
big contract from a label or you want to perform at a big festival. It really comes from your how can we sensationalize you? How sensationalized are you? How many views do you have? I will like am I going to take you who has 1,000 monthly listeners who is very very good, or am I going to take somebody who has 100,000 monthly listeners who can sell out a crowd and their music might not be that good, but they have 100,000 monthly listeners who are loyal cult fans, and you know like their numbers are consistent and constantly increasing on a day-to-day basis. Analytics are extremely important, and without analytics in the modern day entertainment industry, you're not going to make it. That's just the reality. A lot of people think, oh, okay, I could put out this really good song. I don't have to promote it. I don't have to put any money behind it. The talent will show for itself. You're a fucking idiot.
Mhm.
Like the reality is that you need to put money behind it. I put at least $1,000 behind every release I put out.
Mhm.
I've been doing that since before I got signed. Like, and does it break the bank? Yeah, absolutely. I'm not fucking rich at all. Like, I literally take the money I make from serving and bartending. I take my tip money and I invest it into my own music.
Mhm.
I've been doing that for the last 5 years. Like it's just what has to be done. And if you feel like you're not ready for the risk to reward, then put the fries in the bag or figure something else out, because this shit's not for you. In order to be a successful artist, podcaster, videographer, anything in 2025, you have to be your own business partner first.
For sure. For sure. With that being said, man, and putting it together like that, man, what's the goal? What's the purpose? What do you do all this for? Why are you sitting right here? Why are you saying? Why are you putting out music? Why are you writing? You know what I'm saying? What's the purpose? What you trying to do?
I just want to be the best. I mean, I know that's such like a generic answer, but I feel like I've with the music that I make, like I have so much talent that it can and will heal music. And I feel like I'm a real person. You know, I'm not somebody who's like, oh my God, this, and this, and this. Like, I don't do shit for clicks. I don't say things that are bullshit. Like, I'm a real person. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be the best. I want to be famous, obviously. But at the end of the day, I want my message to be shared. I want to retire my parents. I want to, you know, have a nice condo downtown. Actually, funny story.
You don't got one already? No.
I had like 5 of them.
Hey.
But funny story, and this actually kind of goes into your question. Marco, are you cool if I tell the story about when we shot at West End Blood Moon without getting too much? Are you cool if I do that? Okay. So
Now he went to the wrong door. No, it's fine.
no. So we shot a music video at this building downtown that his mom works at, and we had access to like a penthouse and like all this stuff like that. And it's a place that he's been going to since he was a little kid. You know what I mean? Like we've had no problem shooting there in the past. Nothing. We wrapped up a shoot, and mind you, this is like millionaires live in this building. We wrapped up a shoot. We were going downstairs playing basketball for a little bit, which again, something that he's done for a long time. And the property manager came up to us and was like, "Oh, like, are you guys supposed to be here?" We're like, "Well, his mom works here." Da da da. She's like, "No, give me the key. You guys have to get out, or we're calling the cops." She saw 3 young brown kids who clearly looked like they couldn't afford this place in that building, and that to me, I just want to prove people wrong, and that just like furthered that for me. I told him when we got in the car, probably wasn't the right time to say it, but I was like when we got in the car, I was like, bro, this just means that we need to buy a condo in that place, and just prove them that dumbass bitch wrong. And excuse me, because I do not call women bitches, but she was a bitch.
Yeah, some of them are, bro.
They are. It's just reality. Like, you could cry me a river if you want to.
Guys are bitches too.
Oh yeah. Honestly, I know more guys that I'm gonna be so for real. I know more guys that are bitches than women. I ain't gonna lie to you.
For sure. Honestly, I work with more women than guys, and people always like, I'd be like, Joe, the women that are more loyal, that actually work harder. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I would love for my team to be a bunch of guys. You know what I'm saying? But
pause.
It's right. Pause. No Diddy, but. Man, this would be one of my favorite interviews, man. I'm gonna laugh editing this. Like, man, what the fuck? But yeah, man. But yeah, shout out to the ladies, man. Shout out to the ladies, man. But before you get up out of here, man, let's talk about what you working on right now. You talked about the new project coming out in May. Give us a synopsis real quick. What can we expect from that?
So, this project I have coming out in May. It's called Madhouse on Madison. If you're not from Chicago, Madhouse on Madison is a term that we say when the Bulls or Blackhawks win a big game. They go down to the gift shop, and because that's called the whatever. Anyway, so Madhouse on Madison, it's going to be a very rap heavy project, and it's going to be the last rap heavy project I drop until the end of the year. You can expect a lot of new age sound, a lot of very heavy, kind of clever lyrics. You know what I'm saying? I'm dropping a single off the project for it next month, and I'm teasing it tomorrow. I'm teasing it on March 31st. So by the time that this releases, we'll be getting closer to the release date for that. Comes out April 21st. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Comes out mid-April.
Yeah.
So, I had a lot of fun recording the project. I think y'all will like it. If y'all don't, I don't care. Thanks for listening to it.
For sure. Who's on the project, man?
Myself. I don't do features.
Oh,
I don't do features. I have two famous producers. Actually,
I was
wait,
expecting that.
wait.
I just had to ask.
Wait,
after
I'm wrong.
After our conversation,
I'm wrong.
I had to ask.
I'm wrong. There is one feature. Fuck. Oh my god. See, I'm being too much of an
There
asshole.
is one feature. I can't even remember the one.
No. Because this dude is like this. Remember I told you Vela Villain, one of the artists that put me on.
It's probably not even a feature. It's probably like DJ Khaled told me.
No. I got an actual feature. Vela Villain, who's a Chicago artist. Who's a Chicago artist in this group called Exit the Premises. He's on the song. He did his fucking shit. He killed it. Mm-hmm. And I have two famous producers, Dinox and Rio Leva, who are signed to Internet Money Records, who are on the project as well. Okay. But aside from that, it's just me.
Okay, for sure. Any shows, any appearances? We got a summertime shot coming up, or you getting up out of here, man? You get on the plane, getting up out of here. What's going on?
So when I come back from Dallas at the end of May, I will be performing at the Forge in Joliet, opening for Black Smurf on June 1st.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's busting on, bro. That's South by Southwest, ain't it?
Nah, I wish.
Okay.
I wish it was South by Southwest in
Houston.
Houston, yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
for
Houston,
sure.
yeah.
All right, bet. I ain't never been in neither one of them, but I'm gonna go one day on sure.
Same. Me too.
Yeah. But man, that's dope. That's dope. I definitely appreciate your time. I appreciate you coming through here, man. Before you get up out of here, let the people know where they can find you on social media, where they can find the music. He don't do features, so don't hit him up to work with him.
Unless you have a bag.
Right. Unless you got that bag ready. Unless you PayPal. Unless you all that good shit.
Unless you Cash App ready. Let's be honest. I use Cash App. Like I said, I go by ZayKyro. ZayKyro. Hope you can spell. My Instagram handle is just straight ZayKyro. ZayKyro. You can find me on Spotify. I'm not respelling my name again. And on every other platform as ZayKyro. You could find me on YouTube at ZayKyro as well. You could also check out the collective that me and Post God have called Gasroots Hip Hop. And yeah, like I said, if anybody wants to do a feature, just hit me up. It's gonna cost money though. And again, I'm not an asshole. I stand on business. That's all.
Right, for bro, $20,000 is not a lot of money. Bro.
Okay, I don't know about it's in the three figures. It's not,
No, I'm just playing, man. I definitely appreciate your time. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
No problem. Anytime.
Minute, gang.